Good evening. I'm going to call this meeting to order. This is a meeting of the City of Gloucester's Licensing Board. Today is Tuesday, January 13th, 2026. The time is 6:31 p.m. We are meeting here in person at the Harbor Master's Conference Room at the Harbor Master's office, located at 19 Harbor Loop, Gloucester, Mass. Effective August 16th, 2023, the public is welcome to attend our meetings in person. Alternatively, the public may attend through the Zoom link listed on the agenda. The meeting notice will reflect if this meeting is a Zoom only. As amendments to the open meeting law allows, the licensing board may continue to hold meetings remotely. Please note that the in-person meeting will not be suspended or terminated if technological problems interrupt the remote connections. With that being said, we will start with introductions, and we are going to start on this side of the table.
Rob McGarry, Building Commissioner.
Natasha Dale Clark. Samantha Rogers.
Melissa Prince, Licensing Board.
John Emrine, Licensing Board.
Ed Costa, Licensing.
Welcome, Jeff. Okay, we have 5 attendees online, and we have people in attendance. So the first item on our agenda is a special one-day liquor license. Petition of Tom Moriarty requested to serve wine and malt beverages only during a fundraiser on February 7th, 2026 from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. at 34 Leonard Street. Welcome. Can you state your name and address for the record, please?
That's Tom Moriarty, 46 hours in the rear, Nashua Ave, Gloucester.
Thank you. Tell us a little bit about your request.
What we do every year for a fundraiser for a scholarship in the arts, the theater arts. We have a cabaret, sit down with hors d'oeuvres and Alexis bartender that things are done. We have wine and beer and light hors d'oeuvres, and they put on a show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And where is this located?
At Amscombe Village Hall.
It's in the hall. Okay.
Yes.
So it's indoors.
It is indoors.
So I'm not worried about a rain date.
Nope.
Okay.
Well, we did have to cancel.
They are having a rain date for 14th.
Yeah.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Uh-huh.
And how many people are you expecting?
About 135,
Okay.
120 to 135. We really don't know because the tickets just went online.
Okay.
But we have a capacity of 150, so we'll cut it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how many bartenders do you have?
We have one bartender
Okay.
because it's a show.
Yep.
People come in and they get a glass of wine.
Then they sit.
If they trickle, if anything, to get another one while the show's going on. So we really don't serve that much wine and very little beer.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is this one bartender also responsible for identification, showing ID?
Yes. Yep. She's tip certified. She has a company called Happy Hostess at your service.
Okay.
She's very well known in Gloucester, and yeah, so she'll be there before, after, and I secure the wine downstairs and Rockford and bring it up for after she gets it.
Have you, and I'm asking because I don't remember, I
Right.
know you've been before where this was approved. One bartender you feel is enough?
It's enough because it's
Not a lot of
it's an older crowd.
Yep.
It's at night, and how can I put it? It's
okay.
over the years I've known how to.
Yep.
We
manage it.
started out with 2, and
Yeah.
then one guy's just like,
Right.
So
And I asked everybody, who is going to be managing exits to know that nobody is going off premises with
well, I'll be
alcohol?
taking care.
You will.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have a specific
Yes, we do. Yeah.
role that night. Okay. Sorry. Other questions from the board?
We've done this before.
Yeah. Would you
We
say
haven't
this
had
was
any
your 10th
issues.
year?
11th. I thought it was the 10th. Somebody reminded me it was 11th, but we didn't come past. During COVID, we did it.
Yep.
Via Zoom, we put on a thing.
Right.
Zoom.
Okay.
We didn't need.
It still counts.
Yeah, it counts, but we didn't get away with it.
Right. And we could sit at home. Okay, I know I don't have any more questions, so if there's a motion, and just make sure we get the green date.
So, Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the special one-day liquor license petition by Tom Moriarty requesting to serve wine and malt beverages only during a fundraiser event on February 7th, 2026, with a rain date of February 14th from the hours of 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. at 34 Leonard Street. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Vote is approved.
Thank
Your
you.
request. Any questions for us?
I don't have any questions, just be great. You get online with this, be great.
Yeah.
To take 3 personal days.
So, you'll be able to pick up your license at Pond Road?
Right, so-
Natasha?
Natasha, I'll come down and just pick that up.
Unless you want me to mail it, doesn't matter.
That's okay, I'll just come down.
And just make sure that the license is clearly visible where the
Right.
bar is set
I'll
up,
put it
so
right
that
behind
if
the
there's
bar.
any
Yeah, and
safety
I
response.
put her insurance, I put bar.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Any questions for us?
No, everybody have a good night. Thank you
Alright,
very
you
much.
too.
Yeah,
Good
Good to
luck.
see you again.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Common victual licensing notice. There is a list here and unless without objection, if there's no issues with any of them, we can do it in one motion. Anyone like to take on that approval?
Okay, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the common victular license renewals for Lone Gull Incorporated doing business as Lone Gull Coffee House 146 Main Street, Starbucks Corporation doing business as Starbucks Coffee, number 586481 Gloucester Crossing Building C2, Unit 391. Gloucester Pizza LLC doing business as Greg's Pizza, 24 Railroad Avenue. Jeffrey Carr doing business as Jeff Variety, Deli, 69 Eastern Avenue. Chipotle Mexican Grill, Colorado LLC doing business as Chipotle Mexican Grill, 1 Gloucester Crossing Building C, Unit 370. Dyer's Destino Restaurant Corp. doing business as Destino's, 129 Prospect Street. Slice of Gloucester doing business as Sebastian's Pizza, 58 Washington Street. Good Harbor Food Incorporated doing business as Gloucester Pizza, 127 Eastern Avenue. And Cake Ann LLC doing business as Cake Ann, 63 Rogers Street. That's all.
Second.
Any further discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, that vote carries. I'm just gonna look to Natasha. Do we have a running list of anyone who has not applied?
Yeah.
And do you know off the top of your head approximately how many have not?
It's getting better.
If you don't know, that's okay.
No, I have it right here, just pulling up. We've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, about 20.
So we have 20 that have not applied. And these are online, correct, when they apply? Does the system send out reminder notice?
The system does, yeah. I have not yet, but I was planning on doing it after this coming
Okay.
month, just because that's what I did, I think, last year when they
Yeah.
sent them out in January, so. But some of these are restaurants that should have common vics that have never applied either, so I don't really. know.
Okay. So, okay, we'll talk about that
Okay.
offline, but we have to get those letters out, and then if that doesn't work, we'll have to get police service on the list.
Okay,
Okay, I will follow up with you on that.
Okay.
Okay, Sunday entertainment renewal. This renewal is on the agenda tonight because it was not able to be addressed at our last meeting, and the burn is not, required to be here tonight, knowing it's a formality. So Sunday entertainment renewals for Ranger QOF-MA LLC DBA The Burn 289 Main Street. So is there a motion to approve their Sunday entertainment renewal?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Just want to reiterate that we did approve their Monday through Saturday at our last meeting, and Sunday is not advertised, so we're doing that tonight. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the vote carries. Automatic amusement devices. Similar situation, I believe we told them they did not need to be here. There's 2, one for Saltwater Grill LLC, DBA Saltwater Grill, 226A Washington Street, and also Crow's Nest Associates Inc., 334 Main Street. Is there a motion to approve their jukeboxes?
So moved. We have 3, right? Ranger.
No, Ranger
Ranger.
is gonna be removed. That
Oh,
was an
that's
error.
all right.
They don't have amusement device.
oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Oh, that's weird.
So that there are motion,
So moved. I second.
oh, sorry. Okay, so, motion to approve those two automatic amusement devices, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, the vote carries. So do we have any outstanding matters now from our last meeting? Everybody, with the exception of the common victualers
I don't believe so, no. That was it.
and the renewals of the licenses, there's probably just one.
That never renewed or, yeah.
Um, next order of business is discussion by the board. The 2026 seasonal population increase. As you know, this is something we do yearly. This year I have not had the opportunity to reach out to the clerk's office. Usually I do, only to get the same exact response for the past 7 years. So I felt comfortable not reaching out this time. I believe we usually send in a population of 35,000, knowing that the city, I believe they state in their records that we're approximately 30,000. And we take into consideration that we have a higher population increase in the summer. And that's basically what this number is for. However, I have been instructed that the population should be residents. And our residents do not necessarily increase by the population that comes to Gloucester. So we've been yearly been sending in the figure of 35,000. So I just wanted us to consider that figure and decide if we should change it or not, but we do need to get that number to the ABCC, which triggers the amount of seasonal off-premise licenses that we can issue. Does anyone feel comfortable
Say we say
putting that
consistent.
number? So, yeah, until we know otherwise, I would say. Because I don't see that we're building a lot more houses here.
The people that go to Florida and then come back, that
Right.
residents. They're the
But
same.
it's actually residents that it's supposed
Yeah.
to, that's what I was instructed to say, not just by the amount of people that come in, because we know our population kind of doubles in the summer with tourists, but they're not residents. So. Is there a motion?
To make a motion, we submit the figure of 35,000, the ABCC for the 2026 seasonal populations number. I so moved. Second.
Any further discussion on that number? I believe it has to be in the month of February, correct?
Yeah.
So,
So, I mean, I get that. That's
okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, the vote carried. Second order of discussion is the licensing board will receive an update from the owners of Oliver's Harbor. Anyone from Oliver's here?
Is online.
Who's online? Okay. Oh, yeah. Joanne. Johanna. I don't know. And Genevieve and Miranda.
Should I?
Hi, can you hear me?
Hi, yes. Can you say your name and address for the record, please?
Yep, Johanny Miranda, 177 Bridge Street, Beverly, Mass.
Thank you. And you are the manager of the license, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I read on Facebook that you closed.
Yes, we did.
Have you sent a letter to us, the licensing board, informing us that you closed?
We have not. I'm kind of going blind here, since this is the first time we're doing it. But essentially, my parents had to leave to take care of my grandmother in Brazil and left me in charge with this mess. So whatever I need to do, I'll do.
Yep, so according to our rules and regulations, when a restaurant ceases operations for more than 30 days, you are required to give the licensing board notice that you have closed,
Okay.
whether it be temporary or permanent.
Mm-hmm.
We would need that status in your letter as well.
Okay.
Are you indicating to the licensing board tonight that is closed for good, like not reopening?
No, we will not be reopening, no.
Okay, so just so you know, under our operations, it says if the business ceases to operate beyond the time period of a temporary closure, which is 30 days, the license will deem to be in a status of dormant, where the licensing board can act within its authority under chapters Mass General Laws 138 and 140. So I don't know if you're prepared tonight or if we would need to put this to our next meeting. Can you tell me what the intent is of the license that is no longer being used that you just renewed?
Yeah, so our intentions is to sell it. We're currently talking to two people to be able to sell it. But yeah, that's basically what we're trying to do.
And can you tell me the timeline for that sale?
We're hoping by February we'll have the person contract set up and have them apply with you guys for the transfer. Um, my goal is to do it as quick as possibly. Hopefully by March, April, everything will be all set.
So and I'm just asking to be clear, not anything other than that. And there may be other questions from the board as well. So your intention is to have the license under contract by the end of February?
Hopefully.
Okay.
I don't know really. I've never sold a liquor license, so I don't really know the
Do you
timeline
have,
of these things.
do you have an attorney working with you for the sale of the license?
I'm in touch with one, yes.
But you're engaged. Are you reporting tonight that you are engaged in active discussions for the sale of the license, and this license is not just going to sit dormant for a period of time?
Exactly.
Okay.
Are you trying to sell the license with the business or separately?
Separately.
Ted, do you have any questions? No. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is put this on the agenda for our next meeting as well, which I believe is no, not February, in March. For you to appear before the board.
Okay.
If we not received, so it would be March 10th.
March 10th. Okay.
So if we have not, meaning we, the licensing board, have not received a request to transfer during the month of February, we will expect you to be here to provide us a status of whether the license is going to be sold or if it's going to be deemed dormant.
Okay.
So, and I'm not trying to put any pressure on you, just trying to keep track of what is considered a very valuable asset in our community. I'm sure there is interest in the sale of this license and just want to see the process through. Do
Okay.
you have any questions for us?
No, I'm sure I'll have plenty later, but not right now.
Okay, we're here to help you.
Thank
So
you.
you can just get a letter to Natasha with your intention that you do have the license for sale, that you are engaged in active discussions for the sale of that license, and
Okay.
intent to have it potentially under contract by the end of February. That would be great.
I'll do that. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right, thank you so much. You didn't have any more questions, right? Okay. The next order of business is the licensing board will receive an update from the agent of 50 Fred, I'm saying this wrong, 50 Fred Rogers Realty Trust regarding the non-renewal of their housing licenses. So we have David Fisher.
Yeah, I just pulled them in.
I was here for the voucher letter for Good Harbor Food Inc. I think you
For
already
what?
renewed.
Tom and Victor,
Yeah.
license, you're all set.
Oh, you're all set.
You're
Sorry, you
good.
didn't need to be here.
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry. If
No,
I
it's
had
fine.
known, I would have told you earlier.
Have a good
You're
night.
welcome to stay and listen to
Thank
the
you.
conversation. Thank you.
Is he in?
Hi.
There he is.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can you state your name and address for the record, please?
David Fisher and then 55 Sargent Street, Winthrop, Mass.
Welcome to our meeting. Can you tell me, are you an agent? You must be the agent. How are you the agent to 50 Fred Rogers Realty Trust?
I'm the property manager from the ownership entity.
Okay. This licensing board has been reaching out to you for a long period of time to find out the status of why the housing licenses have not been renewed. That's why we asked you to join us tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So can
Yeah.
you
Sorry.
can you tell us why those licenses have not been renewed and we shouldn't take further action?
Honestly, I think it was just within my organization, not knowing, the proper steps to get it renewed. And then, dropping the ball a lot of different people from my company. And basically I'm just here trying to, get back into compliance as quickly as possible. I know we have inspections next Wednesday, and I think that is the first step here, but anything that you guys have that we can do ASAP, we're ready to do.
So can I just ask, how long have you owned this, your business owned this property?
I believe it's been about 4 years. I started working for them about 2 years ago.
Okay, are you gonna be the direct contact that we should be reaching out to going forward?
Yes, please.
Okay. Um, know that this license has been renewed before. I mean, this
Mhm.
isn't the first time having, with your company, having owned the business, for at least 4 years. And,
Yeah, I think
we
it was the issue was it was being handled by a different group within my company, and then they transferred it like the responsibility over to my group, but didn't really
okay.
give us any background on how to handle it. So I think that's where we kind of went wrong.
And does our office have your full name, your address, an email address that can be responded to in a very timely manner and a number to reach you directly?
I believe so. I filled out the portal a few weeks ago. I gave my name, address, email, phone number, everything. So that's all updated. But if you need me to again, I can send it back in.
No, I appreciate that. If we have it, that's great.
Mhm.
So you're informing the board that the email address we have on file is a good email address to reach you and get a timely response going forward from this date.
Yes, absolutely.
I asked because having non-renewed your license for several years is a public safety concern,
Mhm.
not only to the public, but to the residents of those that have rented from your housing.
Yes,
There's
understood.
a concern here, and I'm glad you're here tonight so that we can start resolving it, the
Yep.
issues. So I am going to look to the building inspector. Can you give me an update on any progress or where
So-
we are at and any barriers that could be in place to prevent a license from issuing if there is any?
So my staff, along with the fire department, are going out. It was originally scheduled for tomorrow, but because of one of his employees that was supposed to meet with us has a death in the family, we rescheduled till next Wednesday.
Okay.
So I can update the board from there, whether they pass or fail. But if he fails, we'll make sure he fixes whatever needs to be fixed to get him to pass.
So I would ask, since you brought it up, that there's a potential for failure, which I know there is in every inspection.
There's always a chance.
Right. So I'm not saying they're going to fail. Do you foresee, from what knowledge you have of the property now, do you foresee any huge,
Nothing
big,
major, another major, there shouldn't be any major issues. It should go fairly smoothly based on the age of the building and what they're required to carry because of the age of the building. There shouldn't be any hiccups.
Okay. Because I was under the impression they had to do some work a few years back, and I didn't know
They
if there were
did.
code issues that,
They fixed those issues
okay,
probably before the previous owner had sold the property. One of
Okay.
them was a fire alarm system that had to go into the building. So that I know is hopefully up to date and working fully.
okay.
But we'll know more once we get in there on Wednesday next week.
And can I ask, when was the last time you have been in that building?
I was in there probably about 6 months ago. The fire department got called because one of the fire alarms were going, one of the smoke detectors were going off.
Okay. Have there been any, has there been any outreach that you're aware of to the Board of Health or any complaints about the
Not that
property?
not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
But they will also be attending as well. The Board of Health, myself,
Yeah.
and the fire inspector and the electrical inspector are all going next Wednesday. So we'll make
Okay.
sure it meets all their standards.
And Natasha, do you have in your records there the last time they renewed their license?
No, because they've never done it on the new system, right?
So
Or
it's been
they
years.
haven't.
The last one to do it was a previous owners from what
Yeah,
I
I think it
understand.
was, I can pull it up really quick though.
So for 4 years, they haven't had inspections.
The last time it was scheduled, they had a bed bug issue, and we were like, when you get the bed bugs issue fixed, call us, we'll reschedule. And that was the last time we heard from them.
Okay. So next Wednesday, who is going in? You're going in, the board
I'm
of
going
health?
myself. I have a member of the Board of Health, my electrical inspector, and the fire inspector.
Okay. Any questions? I'm gonna make a suggestion. I don't, because this property hasn't been inspected in some time. Not that I want to hold up any license renewal on this, because it's beyond required at this point. I'm gonna suggest that we put this over until our next meeting and receive a report on how the inspections went and if there's any changes to be made. And address those issues in a public meeting. And if there aren't any issues to address, we can approve the license.
Works for me.
How do you feel about that? I just feel like we should be getting some more information, as opposed to just approving this subject to inspections.
Yes.
Because that might not happen, if there are issues to address. And if there are no issues, it's only 4 weeks away.
Yeah. That's right.
So, Mr. Fisher, we are gonna, take your word that this inspections are gonna go forward next Wednesday. And receive a report back at our next meeting, which is March 10th.
Nope, no, February.
I'm sorry, February 10th. Just a month there.
Yes.
Can you appear at our next meeting on February 10th?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, great. We can send you the Zoom link. And you can work with the city of Gloucester and the different departments, and hopefully we'll have a great discussion on February 10th and approve those licenses and get you back on track. Does that sound okay?
Yep, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining our meeting tonight. Really appreciate it.
Yes, same.
Have a good night.
You too.
Next order of business is to receive an update regarding Rimley regarding the sale of alcohol at their establishment.
Yes.
Rimley, hi.
Yes, hi.
Can you state your name and address for the record?
Yes, my name is Fatima Franco. Yes, the Rimway Thai Restaurant, 4 Roger Street in Gloucester.
Thank you. And you are?
มหันนพเรืองรณประคุณริมเรทไทยรสองโฟโรโรเซสติ
Welcome to our meeting. How is the new business going?
Yeah, it's been good.
It's
Yeah,
been good, huh? You have good food.
yeah.
You've
thank
been
you.
busy.
Yeah, it's been busy earlier, but after New Year, it's like kind of slow down a little bit.
Yeah, people stay home.
Yeah, I just heard the neighbors say like January and February is kind of a slow season.
Yeah. Yeah, that's typical.
Yeah.
But you're open for lunch too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So what are you're open around 11?
11:30 until
Okay.
9.
Okay. But business is good. You're happy?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Very much appreciate the Thai food in this community. Everybody's talking about how good it is.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
happy for it. So we have you here tonight because we issued a license back in Davis season license.
We approved a license.
Yeah, we approved a season
Depending on seating.
pending.
Yeah, pending seating.
pending the seating. And we need to know the status of that. So we had required that you have seating for 50.
Yes.
And it was gonna put you in a position to add a table that was informed to us that could be done. So can you tell me what your capacity is right now?
Right now, so we have like right now it's a 52.
You have 52?
Yes.
Are you serving alcohol?
Not yet. Yeah.
Okay.
Because we just like apply for the seasonal liquor license, but just waiting for that. Just a food for now.
So you would need to provide the floor plan to show us that it
We
got
do
to
have the
50?
floor.
Yeah,
You have the floor
I
plan?
have the floor plan. I have the insurance.
You have everything?
Yeah.
So, okay. We approved it subject to the 50, so because you reached 50, but you would need to inspect to make sure.
Yeah,
it's
I'll have to
50?
go down just to make sure that they're not violating any egress pass. Are you
Okay.
open tomorrow?
Yes, I'm open.
Okay,
11:30.
okay. We'll have someone in my staff. You'll see them, they'll be in city clothes attire, and they're just gonna walk through and just take a peek, make sure that wherever the extra tables are, they're not blocking any egress pass or anything, and if it works, then I will inform the board.
So
Then I can put the paperwork
sorry,
in. Then I can put the paperwork in. For
to the ABCC.
Mhm.
Okay, so, once your, location has been shown that it seats at least 50, we can forward your request for a seasonal license to the ABCC. So that process can take anywhere from 3 weeks to 3 months, usually. It depends on, what's going on at their level. And then once you get that license, you'll be able to serve alcohol, but you must maintain the 50 seats. You can't get the license and then go back. So it should be soon. So likely in time for summer or spring.
Hopefully, yes.
Do you have a business plan for your alcohol, where you're gonna put it and where it's gonna be located for
Yes.
public view? Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
we have the shelf, have everything is prepared for that.
Okay. Any specialty drinks coming?
Oh, we have like,
Yeah.
just like the small drinks.
Yeah. That's okay.
Yeah, but mostly we think about to sell like beer and wine, like mostly because for the mixed drink, like we have to do like a special one, just that two of about 5-6 kind of that.
Okay. So you intend to do more than beer and wine?
Yeah,
Okay.
if like we get like full like I said like a seasonal.
Yeah, that's what you requested.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Do you have any other questions for us?
Yes. If like we have planned to change the manager, so we have to do like for the process, like we have to resend for the paperwork again, or
So the name of the person that you put on your manager.
yeah. But right now it's he's the Tachen is I representative for him, but he's abroad right now. So if like we have to change the manager, so what should we?
So you have to do, so let me just think this through. So we have not sent your application into the ABCC yet.
Okay.
Is it not on file with them?
No.
Only on file with us.
Yeah.
So what you could do is we can put you on our next meeting for February 10th. And you can come in and tell us you want to amend your application to change the name. That person will need to be here so that we can determine if that person is qualified to be a manager. There'll be a series of questions that we'll ask. And if that person is able to be manager, then we can adjust the manager's name on the application before we send it in. So you won't necessarily have to go through the formal process. We're just going to amend what you have with us at this level first. So it should be easier.
Yes, and is support is have to be like the US citizen or have the permanent
So there are requirements. Hold on, let me
Yeah, you want to be tip certified, so you want to take that test.
have that tip certificate.
The regulations are on the website, so you can download it.
I can, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give this to you. You can take it with you and it's in there under manager. But those are the rules and the regulations that the city of Gloucester expects our restaurants to comply with. So there's a lot of information in that document. It's also on the website, so if you need to translate it, you can go to the website directly. But there is requirements for a manager in there, and it will help you understand before that person comes forward to us what the expectations are.
Okay.
Okay, does that help you?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes. Thank you.
Do you have any other questions? Okay, so we will see you February 10th.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a good night.
So I should hold off on sending the.
Do not send it in.
Okay.
No, because they're gonna want to change the manager.
Yeah.
So the matter of Rimley will be continued to February 10th as well to discuss the adjustment of the manager. Okay, The next order of business is section 138(12)D discussion. So we received officially, and I sent it to Natasha today, and I apologize for not sending it to you both, but just the official document from the city to see that they approved the 138(12)D, where you can change a category of a beer and wine license to an all alcohol license for on-premise year-round restaurants only. So now that we have the official approval, we have to think of what additional requirements, if any, that we would want to require if we have a change petition come before us.
Did we confirm that the license would be converted back to a wine and malt license if they decide to
So,
sell the business?
I always follow KP Law. It's a great, it's a very resourceful law firm that puts a lot of notices out online for a variety of topics. I've been following them for 20 years on the school committee. Just to see what their opinion was too, and it's exactly what I expected it to be. So when you want to convert, you can convert if the licensing board approves it, and then the ABCC approves it as well. It's a new box listed on the change of category. So if it does change from the year round to the new category, and if it's approved, that establishment can serve all alcohol under any conditions we impose. The license is non-transferable, non-saleable, no transfer, no stays with that business until, and uses it for all alcohol until the business ceases to either operate or ceases to be under the ownership of somebody. If there is a sale or the license closes, the license automatically reverts back to beer and wine. As you know, with beer and wine licenses now, that is also an asset. They are able to sell it. Where you used to work, sell theirs to the Asian, trying to think, the old Connor's pharmacy. Save Wine.
Yeah,
So
right.
Save Wine sold theirs, right? They
Right.
had a beer and wine license and they were able to sell it.
But that would be
That's it.
retail. This is,
Oh, this is retail. Okay. it
yeah,
wasn't
that was
Sterling.
retail.
Yep, my bad. Okay, so bad example.
But it does convert back to,
George's sold their seasonal license before they got their year-round license to the new owners when Sala owned it and then sold it to Zorba. He bought their seasonal license. So when you have when you own a beer and wine license, it's an asset and you can sell it.
Right.
Under these conditions, you cannot sell it. So that is the give back. When you convert to the alcohol, you are no longer able to sell it as an asset. It reverts back.
but they can sell it as a wine and beer.
They can sell it as a beer and wine.
Right.
Yes.
So let's use Celtic Cup, for example.
Yeah.
They have a wine and malt,
Yeah.
right? They can go ahead and convert it over to an all alcohol.
Mhm.
Decide the business is going to close the business or sell it. They've got to convert it back to beer and wine.
I think how I read it automatically converts. I don't know that they can sell it as beer and wine. I think it goes back to the city and then the city can release it. Is my understanding of how that happens.
On that KP law, there was a conversion form that said that if they changed anything, or did any thing, they have to check the box that's now new on the ABCC.
Yeah, that's to
Oh, yeah, that's to
Yeah.
convert. That's under the change of category. There's a new box. The
So they
converted
lose the
license,
asset.
this is what it says, the converted license then reverts to its original status and can only be reissued. So they could sell it. It would just can only be reissued as an on-premise license for the sale of malt and wine.
Okay.
However, and this was another question that was asked, that new licensee that obtains that license would be eligible to seek a conversion again.
Right.
That was a question that was posed to us that I said I would find the answer to.
So they sell the wine and malts license to the new owner,
Yeah.
and then they can go
And
ahead
they
and
can go in
request.
and request to
for
see
an
if they can do
all-alcohol.
a change,
Mhm.
exactly. So we as a board have to decide a couple things, one being a fee. And I'm not gonna say that we're gonna do this tonight, but I want us to think about what we're gonna do at our next meeting with this. There'll have to be an annual fee, like we have for the current licenses. So in other words, do they still keep paying the beer and wine annual fee? Or do
Fee
we,
on top of the fee that's already established?
So
I
I
think
think
in that document that you have from KPR, it shows that there's a $200 fee.
so that is to apply for the change of category. The $200 fee is to apply for the
Check the
change.
box, that's what they're paying.
Right,
But on
what
the
I'm
annual-
saying on the annual renewal every year, the
All
all
alcohol.
alcohol pays $2,325 a year to keep their license to the city of Gloucester, and the beer and wine pays 19 something. I just gave them my.
1975?
Was it
Yeah, I would say
1995?
14?
I thought it was
75?
19.
I think that if they can avoid arguing with the people that are already have that license, the fee should be the same.
Yeah.
Exactly, I mean, that,
I would say if you convert, you have the difference from what you paid
Right.
to.
yeah,
You
know,
get the same,
annual, right, or the all alcohol, and then annually it's the same. I think it's the same as all the other.
right. So without deliberating tonight, because this isn't on the
Yeah.
agenda, that is something we'll need to discuss at our next meeting. And also if there's any other requirements, like perhaps asking to see their sales of alcohol for the past year, learning about their capacity and things like that. I believe that the standard still falls under the Ballerin test, where we can take size and traffic and public safety into consideration. But would just know that they passed the standard to get their license as beer and wine. Are there additional standards to be required for all alcohol? So that's something we'll have to think about and discuss as we get a petition before us to change. But I see the fee as being something important, and maybe just the type of information we are gonna wanna receive to make that determination. I think we can maybe make some sort of checklist on the online permitting system.
Probably.
Do we have to change a category
We
online?
have not done anything with the change of category
Right,
yet,
to
so.
we can do that though.
As long as it's, I mean, there's not gonna be that many, right? We
Yeah.
have 2 licenses available, we have 4 out there.
Right.
2 said they weren't gonna
He was,
already
yeah,
not change, so, I wouldn't see that as something immediate. But if the city of Gloucester can get it online, that's great.
Yeah.
But definitely no push, or not a priority.
Well, I think it would be.
I think once,
We have to wait.
once you
to
guys
see
get
for-
everything, you guys approve all your
Right.
steps and what you checklist, then we'll move that process with IT. Not a problem.
Okay. So yeah, so we're gonna have this discussion at our next meeting, so just think, I don't know.
Who are the 4 that are out there now?
So you have Salted Cod, Salute, and they were here at our last meeting and stated that they weren't interested in it as of that day.
And
to
he's the one I
change.
want to find out if he can convert it back.
Yeah.
He
Yeah, he was
doesn't
the
lose
one,
the asset.
Yeah.
And I'm like.
And then you have the bowling alley, Maria's Pizza.
And that's it, those
That's
are
it.
4.
We have 2
Yeah.
available.
And then
And then
there's
2
2 left.
available. Is Maria still open?
Branch is still open.
Haven't been there in a while.
Cranking away.
Okay. Yeah, so those are the potential to come before us, but we also seem to be having some interest online about looking for available licenses, and now that the word is out there that you can convert, it's an attraction to businesses that are trying to get a license that don't want to buy a license that could potentially be selling all alcohol with those 2 licenses available. So
So is there an understanding that the 2 that are available,
a beer and wine licenses right now,
right,
so they would
So
apply
they
as a beer
convert.
and wine.
that they can't sell the asset? If
No. So
it
they
comes
would,
back
they
to
would
the
have to apply for a beer and wine license and determine, this board would determine, are they eligible to even receive a license? What's their business plan? Do they exist already? Are they gonna exist 2 years from now? So we would make that determination of whether or not we would approve a license to be issued. Once it issues, then they can apply to convert it.
And then they go out of business, they can't sell the asset.
Can't sell the asset, well, they can't sell the asset as a
Alcohol.
all alcohol, they can, it
Converts.
reverts back to beer and wine, and they would have to sell it to beer and wine. And then the next person has the
So they get
ability.
a free license, then get the asset.
Yeah.
We don't want them to, you don't want it to come back to the city.
I don't know that we can take the license back. It just says that it reverts back to the original status. Because the city of Gloucester is not increasing their quota of licenses. The quota is staying the same. Just under these regulations, the governor has allowed the beer and wine ones to change to be used in that fashion, but they don't own the asset or the value of the all alcohol versus the beer and wine. Which does not have, it's disappointing to some of our restaurants and establishments in our community right now. We would just have to proceed as the city council approved, and this is what we are gonna consider when we discuss these potential changes, and we'll make those decisions next week next meeting if we can on February 10th. So if we could add this to the
Added it.
agenda. Any questions?
No.
Great. Next order of business is, where did my agenda go?
Number 6.
No, I'm just wondering where mine went. Okay. One day liquor license online application session. So our department has been very busy. Gave it to her.
And so we have the application, it's not for public use, but it is in the system where you can apply, like the. I'll put your last name, Moriarty did, where you can get the 1 day liquor license and no longer have the paper and chase around signatures, because at times 3 of them are fairly easy to get because they're in our office. Myself, the electrical inspector, some of them out department. Sometimes getting all of the police chief and fire chief are not always that easy. Their schedules are a lot busier than mine. So we just figured having it online, it also makes it more accessible for you guys to be able to look at that, because it's literally right at your fingertips with all the rest of the stuff that we do online. We can try it out. I can show you how it works. And you guys, we can go through it right now. And if there's things you want tweaked, we can have it tweaked. Not a problem.
I mean, I looked at it online,
Mhm.
and I saw the stream or the PDF that you put in there. I mean, I think anything we can do online is so much easier.
Right.
I saw the attachments on the one you created, so yeah, I think we just need to make sure that it mimics the application, the 1 day application that we have now. It's just all that information is there online.
Right. And we can add whatever you need,
Yeah.
you want to add, we can add. It's really simple. Like we added the rain date, because when this thing was originally created, the rain date was not on it. It was all set up originally from the older application, so we can change it to get us whatever information. I think it's gonna be easier for you guys to be able to track how many people are getting,
Mhm.
a lot easier. And if there are already issues,
Yeah,
we
it's
can
in the
very
profile
easily.
at that point in time, so you can see them all.
Yeah.
You know?
It's in their profile, it's in the
It'll be
building
attached,
profile.
whatever building they're using it at.
I could
Um,
create a report so that you guys can see how many we did in a whole year.
I'm
A lot easier on the
two
fees point
thumbs up
side.
Um,
for this.
Yeah. So if we ever decide we want to raise fees, it's a lot easier to be able to track these things, So.
I have a couple suggestions.
I have to look
I
at
don't
it.
think this is anything we're gonna approve tonight. We'll
That's
just
fine.
tell you, and then, so, I started to go through the rules and regulations of
Mhm.
the 1 day license and picked up on a couple of things and then gave away my documents, so I can't do anymore. But, so I'm looking at, a couple of my things was making sure they adjust to the patio guidelines, and then I see describe the secured area where inventory will be stored, so that's not the guidelines, so, I know we are asking for a site plan, but I think we should have there should be a question about, barriers, a closed-in area, and I don't know how to word that,
Mhm.
but under the patio regulation on the ABCC, the area has to be secured to know where the boundaries are, where the alcohol can stay. So I think we should ask a little bit about that as
We
opposed to
can
just
add
getting the site
But
plan
we
and
can
trying to
add
figure
it
it out.
on we can add it in the wordage to do with when they upload the site plan.
Okay,
That, you know, and then if there's anything that you want that's not there, that's a requirement, we can make it force it to be a requirement, like the tip certification, that's a requirement, the site plan, that's a requirement. You know, the liability insurance, you know, these are all things that, because if you don't upload something to that,
right, you don't go forward.
it will not let you submit. Now, yes, there are ways around it. As you can see, I submitted whatever piece of paper. But the whole point of that is when this goes in, this goes to her.
Yeah,
She'll be able to review it. At that point, she makes a determination on whether it should get moved forward for you guys to, you know, put it on the next available agenda and look at it. And then there'll be 5 spots to basically the same signatures. They have to click it off. Then it'll be a board approval, and then it's still got to go back to her to do some more approval to double check to make sure everything's there before we ever issue the actual license.
Yeah.
The nice thing about the license, and you can still make that a requirement, that it still needs to be attached. You know, print it, they can print it themselves, we can print it and mail it. We have those options, we can do whichever way you guys want. We can still make it so we print it like my building permits. And it goes on a certain color cut paper, so we know it's the one we printed and not something you just print off the computer. And then make sure it's, available.
so I would want to know, how many people in the event. I'd want to know if this is a public event or a private event.
That is on the, as you go through one of them, it does ask if it's on public property or private property.
I don't see that.
Which are you on the actual, see, it's on there, so if you would actually go in and start filling out questions, these options are all there.
Okay,
So if, like I said, if you
As long
want,
as it's there.
we can run it, I can run one and share my screen, we can just do a fake one again. If that's what you guys want. It's
no, I
completely
think
up
I'd rather do this at, like, we're just giving you some feedback
Yep.
and then come back at the next meeting and then we can go over it more thoroughly.
Yep.
But if it says whether it's a public or private or.
It also
only
asks if
be
it's
an invite.
a nonprofit or not, because that also
Sure,
allows you to
comment.
pick if you're not a nonprofit, you're not allowed to have alcohol.
Right, yeah.
I found that out the hard way, and I was like, why can't you go? And then she explained it to me, so like, I was like, okay, so I actually did 2 of them, but that's the one she printed as a nonprofit that allowed you to have full alcohol. So there are different, if you don't answer one question,
Yeah.
You can't.
you
get
answer
through.
one way, you're not getting, it's like, they're set up very similar to our building. It
But-
triggers certain things based on your answer, based
So-
off the application.
We have, trying to think how this goes. So if you're a private event on private property, but you're inviting, how does it work? There's a city ordinance or a city regulation that kind of changes the rule that we still tell them they have to get a liquor license. I'm trying to remember how that works. So invite only on private property.
You don't need it.
We don't need a license, but so Gloucester Maritime had to get a license.
Is it because they're paying for a ticket?
I don't know. I
Yeah,
can't
so if you're
remember.
having
There's
if you're having
city ordinance, I just
if
wanna
you're having
capture that.
a private event and you're not charging any money for me to attend, but it's an invite only type of establishment, I believe how it reads is you don't have to have.
You don't have the license, but if you
But
are,
like, if you were
it's a
charging,
fundraiser.
if you're charging money
you have to,
for someone to come to,
for an
whether
event.
it's over there or, the museum, and you're charging,
It's a
for a
home
ticket?
fee.
you're paying.
Yeah, well,
Right.
You're gonna get
Maritime
like,
they hosted a wedding at the Maritime Center. And they came in for a license, but it was a private event. But we still had to do a one-day license, so
I think it's
It's an
because
invite
it's,
only.
I think it's a different because of the business.
Right.
So I would tell you, if you were having a party at your house and for an event like that.
No.
Yeah.
But I think it is a ticketed thing though, because remember last year we had the guy for, he was doing a fundraiser at his marina
Oh, that was over by the
in East Gloucester and he was charging money for tickets.
right, because he was.
Yeah, when you
but he
That
was
was on
fundraising
his
for
own
one
property.
but
Yeah,
he's
but
charging.
But because he's charging money,
Yeah,
we had
right.
to come for it.
So I don't know, I would like to be able to decipher that on the application,
Okay.
like the three separate situations. It's either public is invited. Or private, so there's two, public or private with fee
Right.
charged.
Okay.
And also would like to, a checkbox if they've applied for a one-day license in the calendar year.
Mhm.
And if so, how many have
How
they
many?
applied for,
You getting all that?
approximately?
Fine.
Just so that it triggers us knowing we don't want to go over the.
Right, because
allotted
like
amount,
you said,
which is like
because they're
30.
only allowed so many for a calendar year. So, and
I think it's 30, it might have even increased. I mean, they're not that strict about that, but it's just, it's for for those that don't have a liquor license, they don't want them to go out and run their business for 3 months in the summer and get liquor licenses
they
every
don't
day,
want to be
right?
in the casinos in New
Yeah.
Hampshire. You go stand there and get your license every day,
So yeah, so next time we're gonna have a great meeting on February 10th.
right?
We'll have a display of an actual,
Mhm.
you can share your screen and we'll go through it and hopefully make a permanent decision.
Perfect.
Can anyone think of anything else they want to see on it? I mean, it's good work so far.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, it's like 95% there.
yeah, it's just tweaking it. And like I
But
said, we added the rain date. It literally took IT about 30 seconds.
I would also look at the rules and regulations
I
on
will.
that section
Yeah, on that
and just see if you can pull anything out of there that I might not have picked up that you
Yeah,
might
okay.
think is important.
Right. And if I have any questions, I'll just send
Yeah,
you an
just
email
reach
or
out.
text.
Okay.
Do that. And is there anything else that we do that's not online?
God, this,
Everything else is
so
online.
Lodging.
extension
Huh?
of premise,
Billing.
Lodging isn't online.
All right. So we'll probably try to do that next time.
extension of premise online yet?
No,
No.
All right.
no, that's paper.
Because the goal for the city is to, because I'm not the only one, a lot of other departments, so the transient vendors licenses are all going online.
The what?
Transient vendor licenses are all going online as well. So the city is looking to utilize obviously OpenGov to its fullest and try to minimize the amount of paper because we have to save all this stuff and we're running out of room.
I also think too, just as a money grab for the city, that we should require an email address. Oh wait, when we get a license, can we email it to them? Or they have to pick up an actual signature? How does that work?
Like a one-day liquor
Mhm.
license? No, we don't. I usually just mail it to them.
You do mail it to them?
Now, their names are on it, right?
I don't know. I haven't seen an actual, like, I don't, I
No,
think
no,
we-
I meant.
The one-day license.
The one day license, the paper one, their initial.
yes, like I have to go in and stamp them
So,
and then make a copy.
The other
and-
thing we can do is and this is completely up to you, because we can do it, so like my permits, the certificate of occupancies, completeness, all the stuff we do, my electronic signature is on these. So I can't have your signature on these.
Well, the liquor licenses have their signature
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah,
But it's whether or not you want these people to be able to print this themselves or not. So like my permits in like the COs, yeah, you can print one off of there, but it's not the official one because we print them on certain color paper for a reason. So
when
it's
you print
officially
our
done.
licenses, what are they look like? Are they on?
Just
they're
on
just
a
on
piece
regular
of computer
piece of
paper
Yeah.
But I
I'm
can
just-
do it like the permits and we can do it on
on different color
different
paper
color
or
paper.
something.
I mean, we can do it on, you tell me what color you want. You know, like my permits are on orange, but they're on a cardstock. They're on a thicker cardstock.
So I'm trying to determine, do we want to be able to email them and it doesn't matter what color paper's on it? Or do we want to know that it's the original when we see it and it's colored paper?
It's,
That's up to you.
and the other thing we can do too is I can also, if you want the ability for them to print it themselves and to make sure that they do what they're supposed to do with it, there's not a lot of them. So, and we're usually at most of these events that happen because there's usually a tent involved anyway for most of these events. I already tell my guys to go look for this piece of paper behind the bar area on purpose, but I can make a point when we know there's a 1 day liquor license that have one of my inspectors purposely go out and verify that this thing is all.
So I like the color paper idea personally.
Yeah, we can talk about.
I think
it
it just makes it pop a little bit
Yeah,
more.
Yeah.
instead of just a white piece of paper back there, because you may not see it.
Right.
So it's just a matter of you tell me
Stands
what
out.
color we can pick it. I mean, we have orange for our permits. We use yellow
For ZBA.
for ZBA, so we can do the yellow, because that'll pop. I have green that we use as well. I mean, if you want your own color, pick a color, I'll make it happen. It's just a matter of pick up some paper.
So let's discuss that at our next
Okay.
meeting too,
Yeah.
but I think it's important to do that.
And I'll bring a couple of the blank pieces of paper so you understand, like the orange that we use.
Yeah,
We
no,
use
I-
two different
I have
orange,
them at my house.
one's thicker than the others, you know,
Yeah.
it's a con stock. Pricey.
No, I like the idea of having a different color, just so that it stands out. But we'll discuss that next meeting too. So just,
And then anyone that goes in there understands if it's issued on this color paper, it's a legitimate license.
Right.
Yeah,
But if they print it out,
because right now I just
Modify.
print it on a piece of regular printer paper and then just mail
you
it.
can easily modify a PDF
Yeah,
Right.
if you have
whereas if it's on this colored paper, it's
no modify. It's legit.
pretty hard to modify.
And then it's also for my staff, if they're going through these events and things like that, it's easy to spot.
Yeah.
Because they'll know what they're looking for. That's one of the reasons why the permit cards aren't, so when you drive by the house, it sticks out. Like I saw
I don't think that all of our licenses should be in.
Yes, we could do that
Well,
too.
we could,
We could
we could do that
actually,
if
we
you
could do that, if that's the case, we can
I
print them all
want a
that way.
color
'cause
that is not used by the city is what I would suggest.
Okay,
So it's
Great, not.
no,
Well,
green is,
well, it's a certain color green is, yeah, but we
Yeah.
can definitely,
I
we'll
would,
look,
I
we'll
would
look.
want something that's, even if it's a neon copy of the color, I do colored
Right.
stuff at my
And
house.
also make it easier when we do our rounds,
Right.
that all
Yeah.
these businesses, their stuff is,
like the orange would be an ASI,
yeah, like
Bright
that's how I know
blue
my
would be
ASI
flicker or
certificate
whatever.
is posted, so I just walk in and that, if I don't see that orange, it's bad, but you're in
Good.
trouble.
Yeah.
You'll
Like we
know,
do a lot of them, you have to buy a ton of paper. It's just-
No, we can
Don't
get
take
one
a deal.
ream, it's 500
It's-
and will last
listen,
us forever.
Yeah.
I'll even buy the paper.
don't worry about it, I got room in the budget to buy paper, not a problem, I have no problem with that, cause at the end of the day, it's less white paper.
Right,
So it's not like I'm just, yeah, a little bit more of an upcharge, but not a big deal, at least it's. You know,
and on the 24-pound paper piece, because it's outside, it gets weathered or something too,
right.
so.
Yeah.
Okay,
cool, what's that?
all right.
Oh, we got-
Lastly, almost lastly, a letter received from the Gloucester House Restaurant, 63 Large Street, alerting the board of their closure from February 1st, 2026 to March 1st, 2026 for renovations. I wanted to read the letter into the record. I don't have a copy with me and I
There you
cannot find it, but here it is. So I'm going to read it into
That's
the
a
record.
weird feeling.
It's addressed to the licensing board from Lenny Lanquata. This letter is to inform you that the licensing board, that as of February 1st, 2026, we would like to temporarily close our operations so that we can continue with the upgrade to our kitchen repairs that we began last winter. The total time needed will be from 4 to 5 weeks, and our projected reopening would be sometime during the first week of March 2026 if all goes well. In addition to this request, we would also like to address the area behind the bar on the dock that faces the charter boats. It is the area that is not presently permitted, which connects the takeout food to the canopy area on the back side of the dock. If possible, please put us on a scheduled meeting where my son David could be available to answer any questions that you may have. Thank you. Respectfully, Lenny Lanquata. So 2 things. This letter is in compliance with our regulations, closing more than 30 days. I did inform Lenny that he didn't need to be here because we had the letter, knowing that they are doing renovations always in there this time of year. So we'll keep this on file and then we will just have to reach out to Tim and tell him he will need to do an extension of premise to get on an agenda to get that area licensed. If we can set some
Is that a
sort of,
public way though?
I don't know what he's talking about.
I know what he's talking
I
about.
know what he's talking about, and no,
No.
because it literally leads into
To
the into his property.
But there was also an area when we went and did inspections that we saw people with drinks that were in
That's
the
the area,
back.
that's the area he's talking.
So yeah, so that wasn't public. I mean, that wasn't a public way.
No,
That's on his property.
that's it.
Okay, so that was the
That's the
area
only
we
question I
pointed
had.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was the area, and that's why I think he's bringing it
Yeah.
forward, so they don't have that issue that we brought to his attention.
okay. So yeah. And
So that goes to the ABCC, right?
what
The
is,
extension of
Yeah.
Sherman?
yeah, well, they file it online.
Yeah.
And then we have to address it, and, I think we have to do a public hearing.
Yeah.
I remember
I
correctly.
believe so.
Approval of the minutes for 12/9/25. Great work.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, that's great. We are done.
Where are we with fishtails?
I was just gonna talk about that, and I decided I'm not going to. I don't know.
No. Okay.
I was trying to figure out what we should do at this point, but we don't need to do anything on that tonight. I've heard nothing. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the vote carries. Thank you all very